I want to start with this video that we just saw that I think encapsulates what many of us in this room see day to day happening in our country. There is divisiveness. There are folks that are just focused on just talking about the problems. But the great thing is that's not happening here. We're talking about opportunities, and we're talking about how we solve these problems. So I will tell you, this is the core reason why I love this group. And I think I can speak for Deion, and one of the reasons why he was attracted to this network is this idea of openness. And this is why we are partnering with so many new courageous collaborators, just like you saw in that video, and that you're going to see over the next couple days here as well. So what is a courageous collaborator? It's someone that has the spirit of openness, someone that's willing to work with anyone to do good, and someone that has the courage to get out of their comfort zone, to work with others that think differently than them. So I can tell you I had my own experiences. I've had several of these experiences getting out of my own comfort zone and trying to drive some of these collaborations. And I'll tell you, those experiences have transformed the way that I think about things. I think I shared with some of you at the last seminar my first entrance into Silicon Valley and trying to really think about what opportunities we could have to collaborate around social change and solving some of these biggest problems. And I will tell you, I was skeptical going in. And it's like, how is this really going to work? Are they going to be open to me? And was I going to be open to their ideas as well? But I was absolutely blown away by how much common ground we had. And all it took was bringing down those barriers that I had and barriers that folks that I was interacting with had as well, of those walls that were just unnecessary stereotypes that we had of each other. And going through all that, what made me realize was that we had almost the same core principles. And so that story led me to think about openness in a different way, and plenty of other examples as well, where I feel like openness is so core to our principles of what's going to make us really impact millions of lives. And in that technology example in Silicon Valley, I see so many new opportunities opening, and all it took was really one dinner to start that, at least in that case. So I'm incredibly excited about this. I'll tell you, I'm a music guy. And so I like to quote a Bruce Springsteen line that I think is so relevant to what we're talking about here. And his line is, "You can't start a fire without a spark." You know what I'm talking about? And I look at Deion and Stand Together. And most of you know in this room, Stand Together is focused on eliminating poverty. It's a core objective. I look at what each of them were doing independently and doing great work and improving so many lives, but look at what happened when they came together. That was a spark that really took Stand Together and increased its effectiveness and lit a fire. And that's responsible for lighting the fire in so many more kids and people across this country. You're doing more and more of that all the time. And Deion, we are so thankful for your partnership. We love working with you. And thanks a lot, Deion. We want to hear more.
Okay. Now, let's get this out of the way. I'm picking Tom Brady on Sunday, okay? Let's just get that out of the way, okay? As I glance around this room, I'm trying to find something that ties us together, something that creates a bond, something that creates synergy, excitement, adrenaline, passion, enthusiasm. And I think about time. We're all on time. But oftentimes we take time for granted. That's why I love football. That's why I love some sports. Because we always have a clock in the stadium. Therefore, we know how much time we have left. But in life, we don't. So we start to meander. We start to get complacent. We start to just go with the flow. Not understand it's the most valuable coin that we possess, time. And I'm sick and tired of just going along with it. When we gonna do something? When we gonna start something? When we gonna get up? When we gonna speak up? When we gonna stand up? When we gonna yell? When we gonna scream? When are we gonna provoke change? When are we gonna do it instead of just talking about it? Now, something I've gotten to know Charles and Liz over the years, and the thing that I love, so many things, but one thing I love about them is that they raise their kids really well. What I mean by that is, so often times in a group, collective group like this, which means we're so busy giving people the things we didn't have, and we forget about the things that we did. What about the integrity? What about the love? What about the compassion? And now we're upset with some of our kids because they don't have what we have, or they don't have what we had, because we came up a whole different way. Let's get back to that. You remember once upon a time when you needed sugar, you went across the street and got it from a neighbor? We don't do that anymore. You remember when you needed someone to watch your kid in the neighborhood, if it was a relative, you could do that, but you don't even do that anymore. You remember when you needed a ride for work and you needed someone to take care of you, and they would do that, but we don't do that anymore. When are we gonna get back together? When are we gonna bond? When are we gonna talk to one another? When are you gonna meet somebody new at your table? Just get up and walk to the other side and say, how you doing? I'm Deion Sanders, pleasure to meet you. We don't even do that anymore. My God, I love this network. I love what it stands for. I love who they are because they're what they are, in season, out season, on camera, off camera. They are who they are. This is no trick or treat. It ain't even October. This is real. You're supposed to clap right there. So, all the newcomers, I just challenge you tonight to get in the game. Get off the sideline. You're not a cheerleader. You're not a commentator. You're not a referee. Get in the game and let's provoke change. And the only way we could do it at an enormous rate if we just stand together. If we just stand together. If we just stand together. If we just collectively put all the egos, all the adolescents, all the ethnicity, all the social climates, all the religion, all the race, all the ignorance, the political stances, and let's stand together and provoke change. Who's crazy enough to believe that we can do that?